Well, I'm sure most of you are familiar with Peter Facinelli from his role in the Twilight series, but the actor also wears many hats, from husband to father of three, writer and producer. There's just about nothing that this guy can't do.
He came on our show before a couple times before. We really like this guy a lot. And now Peter's out with his own independent film called Loosies. Leslie caught up with the stars of the film to get the inside scoop.
This kid, he's hysterical. You know what he did yesterday? He took himself a cab up to the Bronx. Instead of paying, he whips out your badge and he says, police business.
Stop! In the name of the law!
You know who told me that story? The mayor. I'm gonna get my badge back.
So I have to be honest, when I first heard the term Loosies, I didn't really know what it was.
I grew up in New York, and back then you could get loose cigarettes. It was basically crushed boxes. You couldn't sell the crushed boxes, so they would just sell one cigarette at a time. It was like 5 cents a piece or something. But since then, it's become illegal to sell them.
You got a Lucy?
What?
Lucy!
I remember riding the subways and I would daydream about this a pickpocket and wonder what that guy's life was like.
It's for you. You just missed him.
Have your wife or any of your kids seen the movie?
My wife hasn't seen it yet. My daughter saw it. My 14-year-old, she loved it.
How was it playing like the cool star and then going home and being a dad to 3 girls?
Well, I think I'm a pretty cool dad. You know, I'd like to think I'm a fun dad, so it's just another extension of me.
I'm the same guy you met at the bar, except I have a different job than you thought. God, I hate you.
Now, you not only starred in it, but you also produced it and wrote it as well. What was that like?
There were different hats, so when you're writing a script, it's very intimate, and you're sitting there by yourself, and it's almost like you're playing God in this world where you have all these characters, and you're like, and so-and-so gets hit by a train, then you're like, no, I don't want him to die. And then once it's on paper, it's a cool story, but not a movie until you find somebody that's going to put up the money and a director. And so it took a while for that to happen. Like, I wrote it in 3 weeks and it took 7 years to make.
How do you know it's mine?
Great working with Peter because he wrote the script, so anytime I had a question, I would just turn around and be like, hey, Pete, so when you said this, does this mean this? It was so great I didn't have to go through 40 people to ask a question, And we did a lot of improvising and that sort of thing, so it was a lot of fun.
Breathe.
I'm not going into labor, you moron. I'm only 3 months pregnant.
Ma.
I went in and read with him, and it just sort of clicked, and we had like a very fun, repertoire and like funny, chemistry. And so I told my manager, I was like, this is something I really want to do.
I'm a pickpocket.
So I have a Facebook question for you. Sharika Jackson says, who inspired you?
I became an actor because I watched a movie called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. So Paul Newman and Robert Redford were my inspirations because they looked like they were having fun on film, and I thought that's kind of a cool job to be able to have fun on film and tell a story, and that's kind of what I want to do.
Leslie gets to do all the cool stuff.
Does.
She just gets to go out in the world. You and I, they put us behind the desk. They don't
Stuck
let
here.
us out. They don't let us out very often. Lucy's is in theaters now. Definitely check it out.
Maybe we have to go see that one. Then we'll get a chance to get out. Also, for all of you Twilight fans out there, you're definitely going to have to wait till November to see Peter reprise his role as Carlisle Cullen. That's when the final installment of the vampire saga hits theaters. At least we know.
I can't wait.
At least we know, right? We'll be right back.
There's still more of Better to come.